everyone, this is Renee from Meadowlark Mystic, and I'm going to be doing my July review and August plan video a little early because the very end of July or coming up is getting busier and busier with some family stuff. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to do this video now. This is the Black Marseille that I had purchased a while ago. I wanted to show this card in the beginning because this is kind of how I'm feeling. Just very in suspension. Many things in my life right now are up in the air. And then also, I've talked about before, many things are coming to an end. So this is my daughter's last year in high school, and then she will be going to college. So it'll be her last year living with us full time. And the year previous, my son started public school. I was homeschooling him up until that point. So a lot of things are in transition. And I'm just learning to figure out where I can make decisions now and where I just need to wait. And there's a lot of waiting going on. So I just wanted to, it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. It reminds me when you look at it closer, let me see if I can get the camera. It's kind of got a starry sky on all of the cards. I really love that. Let me see if I could just get it out. I do miss shooting videos with my face because it's easier for me to just hold up cards, but it's absolutely blazingly hot here. Today's another 105 outside. I don't know what that is in Celsius. It's ridiculous. It's like 47 or something. I don't know. It's really, really, really hot. So I'll just show you these really. I really love this deck. It's so beautiful. And he's on Instagram. But I found the link through Kasha, a tarot map. So if you're interested, it's a majors only deck. And obviously it's Marseille. But if you're interested in this, you can... He doesn't have a name for it. I think Kasha called it the Black Marseille. And then he's got... His name on Instagram is kind of hard to pronounce, and I can never remember it. So if I do find it, I will list it below. But it's a really beautiful, it's the only majors only deck that I own, but I really like it. So I'll just set that over to the side. So I got a package today from the lovely Joanne from Sacred Space Japan. And I had entered a giveaway that she had on her channel. And I won. I never win, like raffles and, funny games at fairs and in school. Anyway, I never win. And I won this. I was so surprised. So I just wanted to, the box is really tight. People have talked about it. It was brand new. It was brand new. So everything was all wrapped up, but I already took it out because I was looking at it. I've been interested in this deck for a while, but I guess not interested enough to actually, buy it. And I will say that it is even warmer in person than in photos. So there were many things about this deck that I was attracted to. I really like the Pippish style of the minors. Like this is a good example. This card actually reminds me of my daughter. And I love this Eight of Cups so much. I think that is such a great depiction. So anyway, I was surprised at how much warmer and handmade the images look in person than they do when you see them, I guess, in photographs. There's a, I don't know, it feels like my eye kind of makes things makes edges harsher and more distinct than they really are. And so the lines are a lot softer than they appeared. And it's just a really beautiful deck. Everybody's seen it, but those are some of my favorite cards, actually. Those first few cards. So that was a lovely, lovely surprise that I just picked up. Oops, I just picked that up from the mail today. I don't live, I had to go pick it up at the post office. She also sent this beautiful crystal from a mine in Japan. I don't have her letter with me, and she told me exactly, you know, where it is. But what's interesting about this is it has such calming, crystal clear energy. I'll list exactly where it's from, because she wrote me a letter and told me, and it is so fascinating, the energy, the clear, calm energy that's coming off this quartz that she sent me from Japan. She also sent me some, we call it peacock ore in the United States, but it's also, what is it called? Chalcopyrite? Anyway, it's kind of like a rainbowy color. But what's interesting about this, she sent me several pieces. Oh, my camera can't get that close. Is this one has like quartz in it. So anyway, oh, my camera's not able to. So that was really interesting. So something else that I wanted to share, and I shared this on my Instagram, is I got this 2-pack of Volume 1 Black History Flashcards and Volume 2 Women Black History Flashcards. I got this to educate myself and my son, who I said before, I used to homeschool him, and I don't homeschool him anymore, but I still have the habit of looking at things. So it's just regular playing card stock, and it gives you a picture. If they have a historical photograph, then they'll put that there. If they don't, then maybe a drawing, or one of these is like a, no, I'm not going to be able to find it now, but it's like a, well, that's not, it's like a cartoon drawing of, well, I don't have any of those in this one. Anyway, in the United States, our education system does not educate our children about the large and impressive contribution of African Americans, Black people to our country. And I feel that this is not just true in the United States, but it's certainly true. It's certainly true in the United States. And I would say we have real problems with racism. And one of the ways that you can combat racism is through education. And so I believe that things like this, that educate you, that inform you about how much you don't know, helps to alleviate and loosen sometimes what feels like the stranglehold of systemic racism in our country. So I wanted my children to be able to benefit from knowing a lot about a subject that I actually don't. And so, you know, after looking through these, I'm so glad I got it. They're not only are they fascinating, but they give you ways of looking at history through different doors that you might not even think about or know about. So that's Volume 1. And then Volume 2 is specifically about women. So these are put out by Urban Intellectuals, and I'll list it down at the bottom. So this was a really fascinating and interesting thing that came into my life just recently. I also recently in July got this, I think it's a Septarian Nodule. Jeez, I don't know. I've been wanting these for a really long time. Sometimes they can be so expensive, so I kind of held off getting one. Let's see how close I can get. This one is very round, like a pebble, and it has a great energy. I picked up many over time, and I didn't feel anything. So I knew that I needed to wait, and I did. This one was $6 at the local gem shop. I also got this piece of Numite. The lighting in here is not very good. You can kind of see the speckles, but I really like it. I like the size, and I like the weight of it. So those are two crystals that I just got recently. And as for decks that I've been enjoying, I've been enjoying this deck. A lot of the decks that I enjoy, I don't always put them on Instagram, so you might not, you know, you wouldn't know what I'm looking at. This is the Vibrant Spirit Tarot. Yes, Vibrant Spirit Tarot, yeah, that's right. And what I like about it is the keywords. I might have shown this deck before, but I'm just going to show some more. I actually enjoy the keywords, and I find this deck goes really well with other decks that are similar in tone. I just like Seven of Swords strategy, do what you gotta do. And then, you know, for me, I'd be like, but make sure that you're not sacrificing your morals or sacrificing, you know. It's a quirky deck. It definitely has more men than women, and the men that are the, you know, the male. This is, I think this is the devil. The males in the deck. I think there's kind of a male. I'm trying to find that one card. They just kind of have a really quirky, interesting energy. I don't know why some cards are black and most of them are white, like this guy, King of Pentacles. You know, he's just kind of got that vibe to him. Anyway, I've been really enjoying this deck. It gives powerful readings, and I do enjoy the keywords. So that's the Vibrant Spirit. I've still been using the Truth Seekers a lot. I've been using so I got rid of, this is a funny story. I got this box, Rock, Paper, Scissors, Bomb. It's, you know, a card game, but it's such a cute box, and it was on sale for like $1. So I was like, ooh, yes, please, because I just wanted the box. I keep my tiny little Enchanted Tarot in here. It's not really called that. It's called the Zerner Farber Tarot, but it is the Enchanted Tarot. It's just kind of like I don't know, a travel pack. But I really like this deck. I ended up trading the 25th anniversary edition because it was just too big for my hands, and I was kind of sad about that. I really wanted to love it, because this, the cardstock in this is not good. But the 25th anniversary was just, it was too cumbersome, and I've gotten to a stage in my tarot journey that I know what I like and what I don't, and big cards I don't like. So I also traded my Sforza Visconti, the one by Mary Packard, the big beautiful set, and you know, the cards are like this big. I traded that one as well because I never wanted to use it. I never wanted to bring it out. Another deck that I've been using a lot, let me see if I can find it. I need to spin my chair around. Is these two decks. So not only is it hot here, but there's a fire. Oops, sorry. There's my obligatory camera hit. There's a fire in the mountains, and it's super smoky. So this is the Forces, Flora, and Fauna Oracle. I got this a little while ago, maybe 6 months ago or a year ago, and you don't hear much about this deck, and I absolutely love it. This is the same artist who did the Hardy Tarot, which I don't know, I don't really like it that much, but this deck, I love it. And I actually really like how there are not keywords. Well, there are keywords, like the card has a title, Darkness and Light, but you know, this is like a card for the element of water. You know, this is the wolf. So they don't have a keyword like that. So I find it's kind of mysterious. And there are, I'm gonna put this down for a second. With this deck, she did give, so this is like the keyword, you know, she'll give you some. So for example, the birch tree, hope, fertility, love, innocence, and gentleness. There is some overlap, like a few of them are about fertility, but you know, fertility is always a really popular attribute to give to something, because human beings are usually really interested in fertility. I've used this deck a few times, and it's given really powerful readings. Like I did post this on Instagram. I got double moon, so I pulled the moon tarot card from Tarot of the Crone, and then I pulled the moon card from this deck, and it was like, boom. So yeah, I love the colors, I love the art style. I really, you know, the cardstock is good. Oh, there's the moon card. Yeah, really enjoy this deck. It goes really well with darker decks that, you know, have a darker color scheme going on. And then the other deck that I wanted to mention is the Animal Wisdom Tarot. Is it Animal Wisdom? Yes. And I talked about how this deck was surprising to me, and this is the backs. I find that when I'm feeling really fragile, this deck is so lovely to go to. You know, like I said, I'm in a hanged man phase right now, and sometimes I just cannot take any more bad news. Or any more news of like being unsettled. And so what's funny is I did a spread for, we went on a family vacation last weekend, and going away with 9 people, so it was extended family, is always challenging, to say the least. You know, different people have different needs. And so I pulled from this deck, and you know, it didn't look that bad, so I was like, okay, it's gonna be okay. And then I went on the vacation, and it was fine. You know, it was fun. In a lot of ways, it was super fun. We did a lot of swimming and bonding, but then there were, you know, some things that were less than ideal. And when I came back and looked at the pull, it totally told me everything that was going to happen. It just did it in a way that wasn't like super alarming. You know, for example, like this is the 5 of Fossils. The 5 of Pentacles, which, you know, can make you feel like you're on the outside looking in and all that. And this donkey does say that, but in a way that's, you know, not so, I think, potentially triggering. So this was one of the cards I got. You know, and it is what it is. You know, there was some, not really with the adults, but, you know, there was, and then I got the 10 of, I was hoping that I would see it. I got the 10 of Wands, which is a beetle. And that's kind of, you know, how it was some of the time. You know, sometimes you just have to trudge through. You know, you just have to wait. You just have to find a way so that everyone feels like they're, you know, being seen and heard. And it's not always easy, but it is always worthwhile. So that was the Animal Wisdom Tarot. So that was a long-winded exploration of July. For August, I don't really have any set plans. I'm still working with the Arthurian Tarot. I'm still trying to get through the incredibly hot days of summer and just, you know, find my way. and I'm still enjoying everyone else's videos. So I hope this finds you well wherever in the world you are, whether it is warm, medium, or cold where you are currently. And I will talk to you again soon. All right, bye-bye.